What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, how are ya? My name is 𝙒𝙖𝙩, and welcome to my 𝙒𝙗𝙗 Heights legacy or series. Anyways, we are on episode 11. Congratulations, you guys. Every time we get past like a series, an episode 5 or 10, I'm just gonna keep saying it because I love this legacy, and I'm so happy that everyone's on the same page but loving this legacy. So last episode we ended off on a cliffhanger, and if you haven't watched last episode 10, Norma Jean did get married, but on my community I posted a cast video on Binky, and I still haven't changed her name yet, but in the future I probably have. But Binky is Effie's imaginary friend, and she aged up into a real human. Also, Nilo, he aged up into a real human teenage. So the Wells or Eleanor Wells household, they have 4 teens and it's so cute just having them. And I'm gonna actually like vent over to what they're doing right now, but I decided to vent over to Norma because again, this is her legacy and I want a little bit more focus on her, less focus on, you know, Mark and stuff like that, because he's just there, you know what I'm saying? And so in my cast video making Binky, I said that my game didn't save. In fact, it just crashed while I was saving, so I thought I saved everything. And so Norma and Mark, they're not married at all, and in this episode they are not married yet, so I'm just gonna pretend that they are married just to get that out of the way. And so last episode at the end, I decided to add a little machinima because it's my first time filming a machinima in The Sims 3. I didn't think it was possible for me to do that. I'm so used to doing it on the Sims 4 gaming system, mainly because I know where to get the poses, I know where to get the animations, and I know how to work the camera more, and it's not as glitchy, it's more smooth. Whereas The Sims 3, it's loading a little bit too slow because I have everything on fast and stuff like, or high, and stuff like that. So I tried a little something. And that machinima was her meeting up with Anthony, which is shocking. And you guys are probably like, dang, why does Norma look so buff? She's been in the gym, okay? Y'all remember when I said that she's been working out to fit in her wedding dress that we didn't even get to really see, mainly because we were on a time crunch because Mark was hustling and bustling or trying to avoid getting married. Well, just kept working out her frustrations over the week of after her marriage, and all of a sudden Anthony calls her and is like, hey bestie, like, can we talk for a minute? And remind you, Anthony and Norma have not been talking since she's been going out with Mark, and that's been like, I'm gonna say that they've been together for 4 years because she's now an adult now and she has 14 days to age up, or probably less than that, has 71 days to age up. So I'm gonna say like she's been in a relationship with Mark for 4 or 5 years. Anthony is now trying to communicate with his old friend or his old fling about some things, okay? So we don't know what's in store for us, but we're gonna press. And I don't know if you guys remember, but pause, because I actually want to see Anthony real quick. I don't know why his icon is like geeked out, but Anthony kind of looks hilarious, and that's because like I haven't really paid attention to his like outfits throughout the year, and I'm gonna just let it go. But look at him, they're so cute together. There's Anthony, he looks so adorable. And just a heads up, Rita and him have not moved in together, and I chat in the town, and they have houses, baby. The 𝙒𝙗𝙗 Heights, they have houses for your family, for generations of family. So maybe that is, you know, we're gonna figure out why he wants to talk to us, but we're going to talk to him and be like, hey friend, like, what's up? So during the diner, oh, this is a nice little place. Where can we sit at where we are secluded from everyone so everyone won't be in our business? But is that even possible? What is this room? Why is it blocked out? Why do I feel like we can actually go in here? Wow, this is sketch. This is really sketch. Okay, that's weird. Why is there like a whole empty room? Did Rita die? No way. No way. No way. Hold on. What am I doing with my camera, first of all? What's going on? Why hasn't Mark said anything? Mark probably doesn't care. Wait, a formal dance is happening soon. It's gonna be Tuesday at 6 p.m. So get your designer does. What? Pause. I want them to go to the dance. I always wanted them to go to the dance. I literally just said that. See, like, she wants to go to the dance. Hold on, pause. There's so much going on that I would love them to do. I want them to go to the dance, but we're not focused on them right now. There's a lot of stuff going on right in this episode real quick. So we just found out that Rita has passed away, R.I.P. Betty. And Mark hasn't really said anything about it. He hasn't called his kids about it. He's just been working on himself himself really. And Anthony's kind of having a hard time with the loss of his wife, I would say, and things that he's tried to do with her. We're gonna ask him about his day. We're gonna chat with him. Even though we had this conversation when when Norma and Anthony met up last night during the 10th episode, Anthony wanted to talk to her about a few things, but he was kind of just like, I want to just check up on you. But since no one is really here at this little cafe, they're gonna talk here, and it's going to be about the letters that he has tried to send her. And she's gonna be like, hey, like, you didn't come to my wedding, you didn't come to my kids' like birthday parties and stuff. I really wanted you to meet them. I'm doing great with the kids. How are you and your kids? And how's Rita and stuff like that? And he's gonna mention it to her like, hey bestie, Rita's passed away, sadly. She passed away this morning, and I know I just don't want to overstep my boundaries when it came to you and Mark's family. And she's like, overstep your boundaries? Like how? And he's gonna be like, well, well, you know, I kind of had a thing for you, Norma, and I just couldn't really put that in words, so I'd always send you letters. And she's like, oh, you send me letters? Like, you sent me letters? Like, I feel like she'll be like, oh, like, you sent me letters? Like, oh, that's adorable, but you sent me letters and I didn't get them? That's weird. He's gonna be like, yeah, like, I send you letters like every month and they weren't bounced back to me, and I'd always ask the mail person if they send them to you, and they said yeah. And she's like, no, like, I'm sorry, I didn't get any letters. And he's like, that's strange, because, you know, I just always assumed that you got them, but you were so busy with building a family of your own that it wasn't, you just knew it wasn't going to work out or something. And she's like, no, it wasn't, you know, that, but I feel like that would be the conversation. And she's like, Anthony, I'm so sorry, but I have not received any letters of you, like, expressing your fondness of me or just anything that could have been. I haven't received that, and I hate that you didn't put yourself or involve yourself in activities that I invited you in to talk to me more. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I was with Rita and I just didn't know how to express it, you know? And then he's actually going to say that he told Norma Jean's friend, this gal, Frances Pickard. Do you guys remember when we went to Mark's house and Frances was there and she left? So here's the debacle. Anthony told Frances Pickard went to Rita because Anthony and Rita were dating, and they were just kiking, ha-haing, and they were dating. They weren't taking really anything like serious or whatever. And he did mention like, oh, like, I do have a little thing for Norma. It's not serious though, because I believe you're the one. And it kind of really impacted Rita a little bit. And she's like, Jesus Christ, all I hear is about this Norma girl, Norma this, Norma that. Rita told Frances, and that's when Frances went to Mark and basically said, look, bestie, get your crap together, because Norma's amazing and you messed up with Rita. Well, both of y'all messed up with each other. Couldn't stop flirting with everybody in the goddamn neighborhood. Y'all just need to relax and be content with life, really. Can we go out to eat, or is that not an option? We're focusing on the teens real quick while Norma and Anthony go to dinner and chop it up a little bit. And the teens are at the spring festival. I thought it would be cute for them to at least experience some things with the imaginary friends that they have. Or, you know what? I'm gonna stop calling them that, because they're more than imaginary friends. I'm gonna call them just friends, close friends at that. And here is our girl, our one and only Jane Effie Eleanor. She's like literally the cutest ever. If you guys haven't watched my cast video, Binky and Nello. Binky is recently who I posted more of, and her love interest is of course my boy, my one and only. I forgot his name. So she does have a love interest, and it's Everett, but not right now. I want that relationship to build up. They're just all chilling, really. We're gonna buy some hot wings for him. I feel like he'd honestly like, but right now it's not gonna be a lot. I'm gonna buy him some garlic fries. It's gonna be like random food that they would honestly pick and get full off of before they go home. Mark, he's at work, so he, like, Norma's kind of like able to get away with some things with seeing Anthony. Not that it's an issue. Norma never thought seeing Anthony was a big issue for herself, because she didn't know what was going on behind closed doors with Mark, Frances, Rita, and Anthony. Really, like, she did not know. She's just in it for a long run. Like, we're just trying to get our life together together. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the information that she is being told by Anthony, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. So Mark is currently at work, and he's gonna leave work in the living room, and he's listening to music, trying to calm down his soul because he just came from work. And Norma walks in with her formal wear that is not her wedding dress. I would say like this is kind of like her formal wear, her new formal wear, but she still has her black attire formal wear. And he's like, oh hey honey, like did you go to a press or something like that? And she's like, yeah, but afterwards, like, you know, I just went out to hang out with a friend. And he was like, oh, like you went out to hang out with Frances? She didn't tell me you guys were hanging out today or this week. And she's like, oh, no, it wasn't Frances. And he was like, oh, well, who is it? And Norma's like, Mark, did you know that Rita passed away? And he's like, oh yeah, my kids did call me earlier today to tell me the news. It's kind of sad, and there will be a funeral being held soon. Why? How did you get the news other than reading the newspaper, which Norma doesn't really do normally anymore because she writes. She's like, well, it's kind of weird that you didn't discuss it with me. And he was like, well, honey, like you are literally up and going. And she's like, no, I'm not. Really, I work from home. Silly. And she's gonna be like, well, you know, I talked to Anthony. You know, he had a lot of things to say, and I, you know, honestly, I just wanted to know where those letters were that he said he wrote me, and the conversation that you and Frances and Rita had. Like, why didn't you tell me any of this? Why didn't Rita tell me any of this? Why didn't Frances tell me any of this? And he's like, it's a peaceful night. It's raining outside. The kids are asleep. Sound is, come dance with me. Just come dance with me. And she's like, I kind of want to talk about this because this is a big issue right now. And he's like, no, like let's just dance. Let's dance the morning away, really. And he's going to change the subject and ask her about the restaurant that she went to, basically ask her about her day and stuff. And I realized that they haven't done any romantic whirls and stuff like that since they've been dancing, and it's because like Mark is kind of nervous of even admitting that yeah, he did take Anthony's love letters from Norma Jean and didn't show him that. He's just like, you know, I'm very tired, honey. It has been a long day. I just wanted to make sure you got into the house safely, and I just wanted to see your beautiful face. So she's gonna turn off the radio, call it BS, and he's just going to leave. And she's going to text Frances very late, very early in the morning, but very late to be texting someone, honestly. And she's gonna send a text to Frances, even though Rouang Heights shouldn't be having phones, but I digress. She's gonna send a text to Frances and say, hey bestie, like can we please link up because I have a dilemma. And although I am married now, and this safe she's not married, but let's just act like she is. Even though I am married now, I am in a very awkward situation where Mark isn't really telling me what went on with Anthony and why Anthony would be such a big issue to Mark and not, you know, like it's just very confusing. And so what are the odds that they both get to go on a free vacation? Okay, story has changed. She texted Frances like, hey, like we really need to talk about the situation, but me and Mark are going on a vacation because he like booked something real quick. He's trying to avoid the funeral that Rita is supposed to have. He hasn't really been talking to his kids ever since he's gotten married to Norma, ever since he moved in with Norma. He just hasn't been like present with his older family, and it's kind of like, okay, Gary, you know? And so now that Norma and Mark are on this vacation, the kids are like, dang, what can we do right now? What can we do? Dad isn't here to cook for us. Mark isn't here to cook for us. Like, we have a pool in the backyard. Life is gonna be good. So I feel like Nello, he's gonna go downstairs and get himself something to eat, be the first one to like wake up. I swear we had like good leftovers too. My game crashed. Y'all, I'm trying to finish this like series or this season so then I can clean and show you guys what I do with my mods folder and everything else in it. So yeah, that's why I'm like so like hesitant, like dropping episodes, because my game has been crashing, and then when I save it, it crashes. So there is no win-win in this scenario anymore. Norma Jean and Mark decided to take a short vacation. Norma only wanted to do 1 day instead of 3 days, and that kind of upset Mark. but Norma's like, dude, like we need to talk about this in our house, in our home. We can't just avoid it during a vacation. So they went home and Everett was like, hey, mom and dad, you're here. And they're like getting ready for the party and all their guests are coming, right? The freaking acrobatic and the magicians and the bartender, they're here. Norma's like, I don't care what's going on right now because I have so many things on my plate. I feel Norma's just like, I'm not even gonna ask any more questions. That's why she's talking to Everett right now. And she's like, it's too much. I feel like Norma would honestly say that. So we are going to go, and Mark is over here getting a drink. He's making himself a drink. He's trying to avoid Norma Jean, and he can do all of that. He can try to do all of that, but he's going to have to face the music. Norma is going to come and talk to him real quick and try to ask if he wants to come upstairs to talk real quick while the teens have their little party, which I think it's so cute that she's letting them do that. So then it can be a distraction from Mark and Norma's having this discussion or issue that's placed. And she's gonna be like, Mark, like I really need to talk to you about something. And he's like, darling, I'm just really tired. I wasn't expecting you to decline such a invitation to have a vacation, have our honeymoon. And she's like, Mark, you have been avoiding the real situations in the room, and I would like to talk to you about it. And he's like, darling, the kids are having a party. I want everything to be good vibes. And she says, Mark, just talk to me, dude. Like I don't understand. What is the issue? You just talking to me and telling me the truth about this, about everything, you know? But she is gonna get frustrated because she's kind of frustrated that Mark hasn't told her anything about this, and it has kept Anthony and her from talking or seeing one another and just having a good time as being just friends. And she's going to tell him, like, Mark, like, you really have been avoiding me, and it's not fair that you cut my friends off for your benefit. And he's going to be like, well, I didn't cut them off for my benefit. And she's like, you didn't tell me anything about this. And you, like, hid his relationship. Like, you literally hid letters that were for me. I kind of want them to get married. But we're going to see if they can. But, oh, he's really pissed. You literally hid, like, my letters from Anthony. He's like, why does it matter? Like, why does Anthony even matter? Why does Anthony matter? We have a family downstairs. We're gonna mock the ambitions. We're gonna insult bookworms. We're gonna insult the books. And he's gonna be like, I've, like, literally supported you throughout your whole little, I'm gonna write stuff and this and that and third. And she's gonna be like, dude, like, I didn't say nothing about your career. Let's talk about your career. But it's gonna be like a really bad argument, and the teens, they're outside. They're not really like hearing anything, not that I know of. Everett to come upstairs because he's hearing the argument because he's right there outside of that window. So Mark realizes that Everett is upstairs, so they kind of calm down. They just shut down, and Mark is like, look, I'm going to sleep, okay? I wanted a nice vacation. That was it. Wait, what is this? Offended? Oh, I thought he was like saying something. So Everett's talking to his mom. He's calming her down, and he's making sure she's okay. And she's like, Norma's like, yeah, I'm okay, honey. Like, I'm just a little emotional, that's all. And Dad's just trying to help me out. He's like, what happened to the vacation? I thought you guys were supposed to be there for a long time. And she's gonna be like, yeah, but you know, things change and stuff. And he was like, oh, you might have like a book that's due or something. And she says, yeah, I have like a sci-fi book that I need to go and write. Don't you worry, honey, like everything's fine. And he's like, okay, well, I think I'm gonna like shut it down a little bit and go to sleep, but thanks for letting us have the party. And she says, yeah, that won't happen again. So we are all going to go to sleep. I am going to do a cheat real quick. So it's early in the morning and the kids are going to school. They are at school. So Mark just tried to apologize to Norma, and Norma is just not in it to win it anymore. She doesn't even want to deal with him or accept his apology or kiss and make up. Like, he just doesn't want to she just doesn't want to have nothing to do with him anymore, because she kind of feels like he wouldn't even want to listen to her or want to even talk. Like, she just feels like he's wasting her time, and that's all Mark has been doing, is wasting her time. And of course, like, Mark was the first one to send her a letter and say like, hey bestie, I'm not really good at singing my romances, I think you should do it. But then again, Anthony was always there. I'm just saying, like, okay you guys, I wanted you guys to see this real quick because Norma just came home from spending the night at Francis's house and updating Francis on what's going on and stuff like that. And we're gonna go back to Francis' house because the kids are at school. Mark is alone, or so we thought. And y'all, who is this lady sitting over there in that chair? Because what? Because what? And Norma already is like looking at her. Let's press play. Let's see what's gonna happen. Because apparently Mark was supposed to woohoo with her. Oh, she got out of the car? The dance. Oh my god, are they even going? Are the teens even going? Oh my god, Norma. Norma! Dude, this... And he's gonna go back to woohoo in the car? That is wild business. I don't know why, but after they were done doing the deed, it says expire. Cause what is that? What does expire mean? Oh no! What? Norma. The music in the background is priceless too, because what? Hold on. Pause. I'm so confused. Dog, did the Grim Reaper just yeet him? Dude, the Grim Reaper just yeeted Mark Wells, like, into the afterlife or whatever. And here is his tombstone. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Norma has been through a lot, so I'm gonna end this episode here, and mainly because I want to hear your thoughts. That was a lot, man. I just went through so much, and so many questions weren't answered from Mark, and yeah, that was a lot. Like, a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just like, wow, I had everything planned, but I guess not. Sims World, or the Sims progression, had more things planned than I did. And that was fun to play with Mark because he was very unloyal to Norma Jean. So, thoughts? Anyone? No? Okay. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 11, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode.